Okay, so now it's April 14th, 2022, and we got that little stalker hoe, as in hooker, aka prostitute, when she's not shaking her ass on a stripper pole, pretending she's a stripper when she's nothing more than a hoe. Because she's got to get some, you know, because that's what's important in life when you're young. Anyway, you know, tit for tat, people. I'm going to go through this little video of hers. We're going to listen to it. I'm going to upload it onto my channel as documentation to the ongoing harassment and stalking of my family, with her subliminal threats when she's not coming right out threatening me, that is. Currently, she's just doing it subliminally, okay? Gathering up her little mob where she can, because, you know, she's the victim. Living in her fantasy land because she can't get on with her own life and go have her own family and, you know, and get a man and have some kids and just, you know, be the epitome of what is right in society. Nothing is stopping her from doing that except herself. You know, it's not even anything that she's done yet, so it's not like she can talk about raising kids, right? But she seems to think she's Mother Teresa here, and she's got those skills, and, you know, she's just waiting for some child to fall into her lap so she doesn't have to go through it for herself. For all we know, she could be sterile. And maybe that's why she's so obsessed with my family. Anyway, this is her little title. It says new 2022 content. This is what she considers to be content at New Nations Unity, at Justice for ShaMay, at Amari's side dish, because she can't think for herself. She can't create her own content. She's always got to adapt herself and attach herself to other people's content at ShaMay Chorney. Okay. It's not a very long video. It's only 7 minutes or something. And for most of it, she's sitting in the dark. All right. Because that's what she does. She creeps around in the dark. All right. She likes to plant things in people's bedrooms and lace cigarettes with medical fentanyl and, you know, shit like that, right? Steal people's phones so she can go onto their social media sites and hijack their identities and put applications in for credit cards, right? Shit like that. ShaMay was having that problem. I know where it came from now, that's for sure.
Hi, Judy. I hope you're doing swell. You know, you're planning for your death. It's finally happening. I'm very proud of you.
So, we have to remember this girl is about 26 years old. About that. Give or take a year or two. Okay?
Realizing that you're not going to be here forever. Aside from that, I would just like to let you know and inform you of the actual facts. The thing is, that one cousin, she's not Julian's cousin, first and foremost. She's mine. Second of all, as well.
Regardless, we have the recording. You tried to bump your own cousin to go and hoe with you. Straight up facts. Right from the horse's mouth.
Well, when you're dead...
Like, who does that? So, being that you tried to do that with your own cousin, it was a given that you were going to try and do that with ShaMay when your brother got ShaMay in an apartment paying for everything in her name so that you guys could be running in and out like fucking maniacs doing what you were doing, right? And not, you know, not get caught because you were hoping ShaMay would be the fall girl, okay? And I'm pretty sure you were, you know, thinking about trying to bump ShaMay too, right? you know, as you guys were doing whatever the fuck it was that you were doing. Because whatever it was that you guys were doing was all shady.
Nothing stopped social workers from giving him to my mother.
First of all, your mother got into a car accident. She dropped the ball on Amari, right? Right. And, you know, being that she got a big windfall of money for a car accident that actually didn't look like it did anything to her because she'd been moving around fine. Technically, she's injured for life and disabled because she already got bought and paid for that crap. Okay? And like I said, the medical fentanyl came from somewhere in your mother's house. Whether from you, because you're on it, or perhaps your mother is on it, or perhaps it came from the clinic, the prenatal clinic where your mother works. Okay? It didn't come from Julian. It came from your household. Julian wasn't there that day. Because if he was, he would have been in the picture. It was only your mother holding the baby with you creeping around in the background, lacing ShaMay smokes. Okay? And then your brother showed up on freaking Tuesday. Wednesday morning at 6:30 in the morning to finish the fucking job, being that it hadn't happened yet. In terms of the fentanyl catching up to her. It took a while for it to fucking kick in. Okay? That's why she's got a big bruise on her forehead. Right? Because your brother probably came up fucking behind her and whacked her on the fucking head. And then he shot her up with some fucking cocaine to hide the fact that she was sucking on cigarettes that were laced with medical fentanyl. Alright? And I'm not the only one that thinks that she got shot up after the fact of basically being dead. Okay, there's other people out there that think that too. And you want to sit there and mock me and taunt me all these years, thinking that your mother's going to pull the grandmother fucking card after all this time has gone by, when she's already been bought and paid for through fucking the laundering of money, through the death of my daughter, because she got into a car accident to the point where she deserved X amount of, what, $400,000, $500,000? How much did the taxpayers pay for that? Okay? If she was capable of looking after Amari, she wouldn't have passed him on to you, and then you wouldn't have passed him on to your cousin when you and your cousin and your mother were having your last 3 visits with Amari when your brother was supposed to be there, but he was nowhere to be found. And because your brother didn't care and your mother didn't care and you the fuck didn't care, actually your cousin cared. Okay? I would believe your cousin before I would believe you or your mother. Because your mother, like I said before, actions speak louder than words. I hope the fucking TV was worth it.
I don't even have to physically have Amari. You understand that, right? Okay. Aside from that is...
Why don't you go have your own kids? You're going to get so caught up being a mother to your own kids, you're not going to want to be looking after Amari. Okay? Because you're going to be busy with your own kids. You're such a fine catch. Go get yourself a fucking man. Go get some kids and live a normal fucking life and just get on with it. But no, you got to be in this little circle of a... I don't know what it is, right? Stalking, harassing, threatening, right? Everything that you do and have been doing even before ShaMay was freaking dead. Okay? Right? Why do you think I tried to send ShaMay downstairs after she had her baby and she came home and she was upstairs? It was because you and your brother were fucking coming to my house at 4 o'clock in the morning when I was sleeping, running around my fucking house with your bad fucking attitude, right? Poking through my shit, going into my fridge, eating my food, right? I don't drink beer, but I had beer in there, drinking my fucking beer, right? ShaMay's just, being a proud mom because she just gave birth through a C-section, right? Within 2 days of that bullshit, or 3 days, that's when I said, ShaMay, you gotta go downstairs. And then that's when you took your fucking cue. Oh, no, don't go downstairs. Come to my mother's house. You can come to my mother's house for the week while you girls switch the rooms around. As soon as ShaMay got there, what did you do? You started fucking demanding that she pay fucking rent. Right? You tricked her with the birth certificate. Your brother started beating on her and fucking bruised her legs and everything else. Well, you grabbed the baby, ran downstairs, and told your mother to call somebody so that you could fucking kidnap him. Bottom fucking line. That will never change. And you stole her phone and you wouldn't give it back. And it took your mother 3 fucking weeks or more. I know it was more. It was at least 3 weeks before she came back with ShaMay's stuff. Because ShaMay left that house with nothing. Only the baby in her arms to get away from you, your mother, and your brother. Facts. And then your mother showed up here with ShaMay's stuff and with the big fucking pole up her ass with the biggest fucking attitude that I've ever seen in my life. As if. The same attitude that reeks in your voice right now. You know? You're like your mother. That's why you are the way you are, because you learnt it from your mother. That's why ShaMay didn't want to go back. She wanted Julian to go with her when your mother hit TeaSha up at the freaking prenatal clinic and said, oh, I want to see the baby. I haven't seen him for 6.5 months or whatever it was. You know, please tell ShaMay I want to see the baby. TeaSha went and told ShaMay that. ShaMay asked Julian to take her to go see your mother with her. She didn't want to go by herself. He kept saying no. Finally, she fucking went within the 2 weeks after TeaSha asked her to go because of what your mother fucking asked. And my daughter was dead. Dead because she went to your house. Okay? If she would never have went to your house, okay? Maybe things would have been different. But you all were fucking plotting and scheming. All of you. I seen that when your mother came by and dropped off ShaMay's shit with a big fucking pole up her ass. Bad attitude. Here's ShaMay's stuff. Goodbye. Oh, fuck, she didn't even say goodbye. She just dropped it off and drove off. Just like when she came with Julian. With the, oh, I want to see the baby. Julian wants to see the baby. Yeah, no. Julian wanted to sneak into ShaMay's room, put back her fucking phone that he had for 24 hours after he fucking killed her, and then he took off with the fucking TV, and your mom just drove off with it. Okay? I don't know what part of that you don't understand. You got caught. Just like Julian got caught, you got caught because you keep feeding into the same bullshit that you were doing to ShaMay when ShaMay was alive. Your mother is incompetent. She's decrepit. She got car insurance money because she was so injured with her car accident that she couldn't fucking deal with it. And she fucking hoards it. That's what she does. Okay? That's what she fucking does. As a matter of fact, I read on one of your little Facebook posts, long time ago, how you were threatening your mother that she either fucking straighten up with her shit or you were just going to abandon her like your grandmother was abandoned. Right? You know, the baby in the family having a tantrum, can't get her own way, so she's got to bully her mommy, say, well, mommy, you better be nice to me, and talk nice to me, give me what I want, and if you don't do that, mommy, I'm not going to come see you. And you can be alone all by yourself in your big fucking house with all that money, and I know because I'm the only kid left, when you die, mommy, you're going to leave it to me, right, mommy? Huh? Is that the relationship that you have with your mother? You're just waiting for her to die too? Or are you going to take this little fucking video and go run to your mommy and say, look what my mommy is, look at mommy, what's going on? Is that going to be the catalyst to bring you and your mother back together and be friends? You know, come together under stress, right? Oh, she's picking on me. Oh, that's okay, daughter. We're a team. Yeah, I know how that team fucking works. I already went through it. with all that court shit with you and your mother. Don't throw your mother into the mix. Okay? Seriously, your mother basically has nothing to do with this. If anything, you prevent your mother from having a relationship with fucking Amari because you're so fucked in the fucking head that it's pathetic. Nobody wants to fuck in this family. Nobody wants to be anywhere near you because you're dangerous. Point blank, period. You're fucking dangerous.
Well, Julian also does have another sister.
And maybe your mother can sense that. It's either that or she's a part of it. And she's dangerous too. Okay? I don't think she's as innocent as she plays, but then I also don't think that she's as corrupt as you and your brother were. Or are, in your case.
Sister. And I'll let you know what she said in the comments. I'll probably
doesn't matter.
Add it to this little clip.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is actions speak louder than words. Okay? Right? That's what matters.
So, aside from that, too, you were talking.
TeaSha takes Amari where Amari needs to go. TeaSha is there for Amari on the second of a phone call. Okay? Your family is nowhere to be seen. And the only one that's got anything to say is a dog in heat that likes to bark like you. Because you're incapable of having your own family. At least TeaSha has her own family. And as for that, because I did listen to this before I started recording. They actually look after Alex's dad. TeaSha cooks for him all the time. Alex gives him money every single fucking month. Oh, and I'm not talking chump change. He gives his dad money every single month, okay, to help with his expenses. And they look after his two kids, which are actually Alex's brothers, but they're little, right? They're just little guys, right? 4 or 5 years old or something like that. They're always looking after those kids for Alex's dad, even when Alex's dad is at home. And they feed those kids too. So maybe that's why TeaSha doesn't, maybe that could be why TeaSha feels that she can't, ease in another responsibility at this stage in the game, because she's already got a full plate. Alex, her 2 kids, Alex's dad, and his 2 kids. Okay? So you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You can only wait for the next video.
Talking about in your prior videos about our house getting broken into and Freddie.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that ID that your brother brought to my house, okay, I ended up giving it to the fucking cops. I have a photocopy of whoever's ID that was, right? Because your brother was just scamming through and through. Why he had somebody else's ID here after your mother's house got robbed, I don't know. All I know is when I went looking for whatever I thought I could find in terms of clues, I came across that fucking ID and I ended up handing it in to the fucking cops. Okay? But why? The question is, why was that ID sitting up in ShaMay's closet after your brother came by at 6:30 in the morning?
Blah, blah, blah.
With your brother's ID right next to it. Okay? Oh, yeah, right. You were here. It's my imagination station. I wasn't here. I'm just telling a fallacy, right? I'm just telling some fallacy here that just is inconceivable to wrap your fucking head around.
Blah, blah, blah. So first and foremost, the cousin that said that I was the one that loved Freddie the most.
Who cares? Like, seriously, man, do you honestly think I really care? Okay, I don't get into bed with my kids' lovers. right? But you get into everybody's fucking bed, right? Because that's the only way you can feel good about yourself. That's why you plant tampons, body cream, and freaking hairpins in other women's boyfriends' bedrooms. That's why you stalk women. Who are you stalking now?
It actually has a
Oh, right, you're stalking me.
photo of her and ShaMay together. So this cousin didn't just get...
So what? So what? And you posted some little picture near the end there going on about how ShaMay was with him for 3 years and you were with him for 4.5 years. You got that backwards, okay? That's you and your psychoses, okay? When TeaSha had her little party in 2014, you know why ShaMay wasn't there? Because she was with Freddie, and Freddie didn't want her to go. Okay? You don't know when ShaMay started dating Freddie.
Get off the boat, or didn't get off the plane, didn't just come from...
Again, who cares? The only reason that you would want to rope this individual into this conversation is so that they can jump on that bandwagon with, oh, let's just be a hate mob and go and attack a 60-year-old woman that's looking after a disabled child. Right, yeah, because we're thugs. You know, that's right. You know, that's what makes us look fucking sexy. That's what men pay for when they come to the bar. Right? Because we're thugs. Yeah, okay. Like, seriously, I don't care what your cousin thinks. That's not the cousin I'm talking about. I don't care what Freddie's family has to say about anything negative about ShaMay. Okay? Because that's all insignificant. They're not the ones who fucking killed ShaMay. You are. You and your brother. Point blank, period. Was your mother involved with that? Well, I don't know. There needs to be an investigation into that fucking clinic. That prenatal clinic where she used to work. Or does she still work there? I don't know. She got a fucking car accident. Got in an ICBC claim. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I doubt she's still working there. But then maybe she is. Because personally, I think it was just the laundering of money for dead body parts. Okay? You weren't here when your brother was acting out. Yeah, okay. We were. It was all staged.
Friggin' Honduras. This cousin's been living in Canada for quite some time.
Who cares?
Pretty involved in contacting them still to this day. It's not going to change anything.
I didn't have a relationship with Freddie in that manner. Okay? I wasn't trying to get up in his family's fucking mix. They were teenagers when they were dating. Okay? And then it got sabotaged by a freaking stalker. Okay?
Loyalty is royalty.
I doubt that family knows my side of the story. And if they do, they really need to fucking question what kind of person you are. Right? Be careful who you let into your house. Right? If they want to let you into their house, well, they can suffer the consequences around that. Because sooner or later, something's going to fucking happen. Because you can't control yourself. Because you're incapable of going out and getting into a healthy relationship and having children of your own. And then maybe if you do that, people might take you more serious. But outside of that, you're a nutcase.
Aside from that is...
Yeah, aside from that, you're a stupid nutcase.
Our house got broken into. We found out who it was. And guess who showed up with hedge cutters to cut the guy's face?
Again, I don't care. I don't care about Freddie's loyalty to you or your mother or to Julian. It's insignificant in the great grand scheme of fucking things when we've got murder by fentanyl and the cops are covering it up because it's easy to launder money through ICBC insurance car accident claims. So that illegal organ harvesting can happen. right? Putting teeth into robotoids, right? Making natural hair, real hair wigs for women like you who don't like themselves and have to put on fucking fake hair just in order to be able to feel feminine. Did you get ShaMay's hair? Because she had some nice hair, right? You know they harvested her hair. You walking around with some dead woman's fucking hair on your head? Trying to be a woman? I can see it happening.
Fingers off.
You were so jealous of ShaMay, you'd want her fucking hair.
Freddie. So with that being said too, Freddie beat the shit out of that guy for me and my family.
Who cares? Freddie had a fucking temper, just like your brother when he took a fucking rock and smashed some guy's face in. Okay? So, who cares what Freddie did? Doesn't distract away from what you did and what you continue to do.
The following day, went to work and cut out pieces of wood to make sure that the windows were...
Who cares? Why didn't your brother do it? Oh, I know, he was too busy murdering ShaMay.
...were more secure. Thank you again, Fred. I do...
Wasn't he? Right? He was too busy finishing the job. The one that you started.
Appreciate your services and the love for my family. I just had to pay some respects there, Miss Judy Chordy. Aside from that...
No, you don't know anything about respect because you're too busy swinging around a pole when you're not sticking your ass up to a bunch of fucking tricks. Okay, which one are you? You're either a dancer or you're a fucking hooker. You can't be both. And if you are, then you're fucking skanky. Okay? So don't talk to me about fucking respect because you probably got ShaMay's dead hair on your head. That would be your style.
TeaSha will maybe take pity on you since you're trying to literally make her think that...
No, she takes pity on Alex's dad. That's what she takes pity on, okay? She's busy. She's busy raising 2 families, okay? So I can understand the pressure that she's under, right? You don't know the whole story, okay? Hold on a minute. At any rate...
That you're decrepit and that you're getting old like Uncle John. Don't you see that I'm walking like Uncle John? Don't leave me, TeaSha. Don't leave me. Maybe she'll take pity on you. Maybe she'll stick around and live your life.
No, again, she's busy. She's looking after Alex's dad, basically, and his kids, on top of her own 2 kids and Alex. And if I need her, all it takes is a phone call, and I can guarantee you she'll be here within 10 minutes. It's that fast. Okay? All right? So don't kid yourself.
But the price that she'll pay for that, do you think that Alex is going to stick around for that bullshit? To wait for his life to continue? Because
their life is already on lockdown because Alex looks after his dad. That was established before TeaSha even came into the picture. And now that TeaSha's there, the burden of that looking after dad has fallen on TeaSha's shoulders. Okay? So, I don't know how many times she looks after Alex's brothers. I think it's a couple times a month for 2 or 3 days at a time or something like that. I'm not sure. But she's there cooking and looking after those little boys. And she's cooking for Alex's dad almost daily. Daily. He doesn't pay for the food. They pay for the food. They give him money for rent. If he needs extra money, Alex gives him extra money. Okay? I already talked to TeaSha about that. And because TeaSha and I, we could talk, I told her I'm not trying to get jealous here in terms of all your attention is being over there and maybe not so much with me when I'm the one that, is having issues with glaucoma. working like a dog versus sitting up on some ICBC insurance car accident claim, right? That didn't happen for me, right? Instead, what happened for me is my daughter's body was put up on an auction block, okay, after she was murdered, and everybody around her capitalized from it, including quite possibly your mother, all right? So, you know, I let TeaSha know that I understand that she's got responsibilities with Alex when it comes to Alex's dad, because that system was already in place even before TeaSha showed up. And the older he gets, the bigger the burden will become. So again, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay? You don't.
You're too scared to let your kids fly the coop and live their life.
TeaSha's already flied the coop and she's living her life. Trust me. Okay? Marcane can leave anytime he wants. As a matter of fact, I encourage it. If he chooses to do so, I support it. Okay? If he chooses to stay, well, I guess we'll figure that out when that time comes. Right? I'm not holding him back. I'm not holding TeaSha back. I never held any of my kids back. I'm not a control freak, unlike you and your family.
Just think about that. TeaSha will be missing out on a lot of things if she chooses to follow after you. Last but not least, I did want to just remind you of what you said. You said your brothers or your uncles and aunts or brothers and sisters or whatever said that you're unmarried and have half black kids and you'll only be on welfare. You won't amount to anything. Have you looked?
What does that say about black men in terms of their track record when it comes to, I don't want to say majority, but a good 50%, and how they're involved with their children nationally? Okay? So stop gloating, because technically you got nothing to gloat about. Alright?
In the mirror lately? Or have you even just realized you're on welfare and not amounting to shit? You've been on welfare for your whole life. And literally...
And you know that for a fact? Where's your documents? Okay? You just spouting out words so that you can feed into that hate fest that you're stirring in your fucking pot. Okay? Right? You know, recruiting your little mob mentality of retards. Right? So that you can get Amari and never give birth. Right? And become mother of the year. Right? Oh, sorry. You're going to wait for your mom to get Amari. And convince everybody around her that she can look after Amari, even though she's the one that got bought off for being in a car accident after my daughter was murdered by someone in her household. Okay.
We have been in the same spot. You're in the same position. The only difference is you're going blind.
Lots of people go blind. I don't know what part of that you don't understand. You think I'm the first person on the planet to go blind? Frick, Ray Charles went blind, okay?
And that's just a God's grace sent from heaven.
And don't you have some little eye problems? Your mother's cross-eyed, right? Your mother's cross-eyed. You got one eye that flies off to the left or flies off to the right or whatever. Something's wrong with your eyes. You think you're out of the woods yet? Black people actually come down with glaucoma more than white people do. Believe it or not. Look it up. You're black. Your mother's black, okay? You don't know when glaucoma is going to kick in, all right? And if you've got the one that's closed, angular glaucoma, oh boy, you're going to have a really freaking hard time. At least I've got the open angular glaucoma. And if you want to sit up there and rub it in that I'm going blind, well, that's fine. That just shows you of what kind of person you really are, because you're the kind that would sneak up behind somebody, knock them on the fucking head, and then say they fell down because they were blind, all right? That's what I'm saying about this family that keeps letting you into their house, saying how you did such a good thing by Freddie. Yeah, okay, they don't know you like my family knows you.
I'm so happy that I can't even explain how much more ecstatic I'm going to be when your time comes.
What? You act like I'm not gonna die. Everybody dies. Some of us die young. Some of us die in vitro when they're in the stomach, right? Some of us die and come out as stillbirths. Some of us die when they're like toddlers. Some of us die when they're teenagers. Some of us die when they're young adults. Some of us die in our 40s and 50s. My mother was 45 when she died. Some of us die in our 70s. Past Granny, right, as healthy as an ox, all of a sudden just had a freaking heart attack out of the blue and was dead. So don't act like this death thing is something new. There's nothing new about it.
And also too, sweetheart, you're an old bitch.
And you're a young bitch. You came out a bitch. A demon seed.
Your body, you don't even like, you look like a skeleton.
Yeah, because I work hard all day looking after my grandson. Unlike your chubby little short-ass mom that sits on her ass collecting car insurance claims. Okay? Running around acting like she's the fucking victim when she's the one who dropped the ball and then tried to blame me for it. After your cousin exposed what was actually going on in her watchful eye for those last 3 visits, where it was your cousin who was looking after Amari as you just sat there and did nothing, and your mother did nothing. Again, actions speak louder than words. If I'm thin, I've always been thin. I have no problem with being thin. But I put in long hours doing the right thing.
That's why you have never, ever had anybody else give you the time of day.
No,
literally,
it's called priorities. Okay? Priorities, something that you don't know nothing about.
TeaSha's dad was the last person and will be the last person.
And how would you know? Because you listen to my videos and you take notes waiting for something to say where you can say, oh, well, you know, I won't tell you that's what she said back in 2019 on some video where she hasn't had sex for 25 years or however long it was, you know, blah, there must be something wrong with her. Yeah, it's called being responsible. Waking up and smelling the coffee, and if you got 5 kids, last thing you want is another one, and you're going to take care of your family, or you're going to be a fucktard and mistreat your family, and, you know, but instead I actually raised my family and went out and did park events and all that other stuff, and worked with 60 kids in one day out in the courtyard at Gateway Place, all those things that you like to ignore. Yeah, I kept a steady pace. Just like I keep a steady pace now.
That has ever given you any time of day for whatever reason. Before I do go, I do want to say that once you are gone, dead and past, nothing you have said or nothing you put in an envelope will be of substance. Do you realize that the people around you that you communicate, which are these doctors, which are these social workers, they think you're nuts?
And how would you know that?
Bipolar.
How would you know that? Do you go up behind me and cut backroom deals like when ShaMay was dead, laying up on that bed, cutting backroom deals with those fucking people that were doting over a dead body for 9 days? Like I said, it was not even a year before your mother came into a big fucking windfall, running around with her fucking brand new van, bragging, right? Knowing that she was going to get paid off through ICBC insurance, right? You know, right? Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? right? She didn't look fucking injured. She was walking, right? Nothing was broken, right? But it was enough to pay her off. It was enough to pay her off, okay? That will always be like that.
And you have a mental disorder, and you just haven't come to terms with that yet for whatever reason, I don't know. But you're biased, you're racist, and you think that your way is the right way, and that's it.
Yeah, but I don't go around stalking 60-year-old women and their kids and their grandkids, okay? So I don't know who's the racist or the biased or whatever prejudiced person. You're right. I have biases. I have prejudices. I have opinions. I have experiences. I have knowledge. And I have understanding of human nature.
Fortunately, life doesn't go like that. So if TeaSha wants to live a life, eventually...
TeaSha will always be looking after Alex's dad and his kids. Okay? So, let me tell you something. I don't expect much from TeaSha because she's already booked in. Alright? And I'm not resentful. I'm not jealous. I get frustrated with it sometimes. But who wouldn't? Right? Considering ShaMay should be here. Right? No justice, no peace.
You're just going to have to give up that hopes and dreams that she's going to take care of Amari forever. You know.
No, it's a subject that comes up. Because it's a serious subject. We didn't run away from our problems. We took control of our problems, and we've been dealing with those problems ever since. We didn't pass them on to somebody else to take care of the problem, and we sure in hell didn't walk away from the problem either.
You know what I mean? Like, she could have help. She could have help. But she's obviously too scared to ask for that while you're still breathing on this earth. Have a good day, though. Thank you for your time.
And then this girl just comes with some stupid pictures. Right? Going on about how Freddie's family fucking... I don't know. I don't know what this girl is all about, but I feel sorry for the next guy that she fucking hooks up with and develops this obsession against that one. Okay, so I guess this is this little comment that supposedly one of her cousins or somebody's cousin commented on her. My response at New Nations Unity, don't come for me. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're the one that just plasters New Nations Unity through Google search engines so everybody can go feel sorry for you. But besides that point, I don't know, Savannah Mans. Right? This is when was this? 7 minutes ago. Okay. It doesn't say when it happened. Right? Let's just hold on here. There we go. Okay, so what do we got? Sick and tired of Judy coming for Julian in her videos. Julian is dead. I'm going for justice for ShaMay. Okay? Figure it out. Didn't ask Julian to come to my house. Didn't ask Julian to be involved with my family. Asked Julian to leave, and he would never leave. And when he did, he'd come back with threats to burn my house down, shoot my kids, smash out all my windows. All right? So why would I want Julian around? I didn't. Okay? But I do want justice for ShaMay. She's batshit crazy. I'm sad as hell that Julian was stolen from everyone. Whatever. I wasn't there. He was my brother through our piece of garbage sperm donor. Okay, so she's a man-hater. All right. She hates her father. And watching her slander him and your family. Oh, but what does this girl, Tamika Johnson-Dixon, do? She's the one that, we all know, right? That's why I'm doing this video, right? Because it just never ends, because she won't go have her own kids and get on with her own life and maybe help her own mother out, right? Before her mother dies, right? Being that her mother is getting old. Anyway, and your family is beyond disgusting. Thank you for speaking up for Julian. Oh, whatever. ShaMay and sweet Amari. He would be so proud of you. Yeah, okay. And then you can see she answered back. Thank you. I feel you should also say something on her videos, as she doesn't know he has another sister. So what? So what? Okay. That's like dying and then all the extended relatives come out looking for money. Okay? Right? Right? It needs to be said directly. I appreciate the gesture. Julian taught me everything from young. It says read more. Never. I'm waiting to see if it changes. No, see, she stopped it. That's what she does.